been a month and a half. Jacob gets in the car and he's like, I need that building up. Every is kindergartner, so well, I'm the one that texted her. I go, so I took a screenshot of it. I sat there and had to pause. Should I do it? Should I do it? I love you for doing Can I bring something on Tuesday? What are we doing? Okay, I'll talk to you.
Testing 1 2 1 2. How's it going, Alex? We doing good? 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. Can you all hear me? Oh, good. I better say something worth hearing then. All right, we are going to begin in just a few moments. Does anyone have the time? Are we at 7 o'clock yet? All right. Everybody know Ira Spector, soon, he's a VP, soon to become a trustee. All right, so we trust him. Ira wants to share with you a few Shabbat announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Ooh, this is a hot mic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, as the rabbi said, this is my last opportunity to read the announcement as your executive vice president of CNT. It's been a real honor and real pleasure to do so and to serve this great congregation. And while we're talking about that, Sunday we're having our annual meeting, and I beg and implore and ask you all to be there, because we're going to have bagels and lox and some cream cheese, and we're going to get to meet our new board and get to meet the leaders of our synagogue. There's time to ask questions and express your feelings, and that's going to be Sunday at 10 a.m. So please come and join us. It's going to be great. Okay, very good. So next, Pam Henderson is teaching Intro to Judaism. This information can be found on our website, as can so many of these wonderful programs, such as the Rabbi's Part 2 of Wrestling with God, a class that he's been doing and always does so well. We want to also let you know about the film Chavara, which is going to have a screening of Casablanca. Great movie, very famous movie. So again, that's going to be on the website. Let you know it's going to be July 27th. The B'nai Mitzvah students are doing a special program for the homeless, and there's a box where you can donate items. So please look and find out when and where to donate your items for that purpose. High holidays are approaching. We'll be reaching out to you to gather information for the Yizkor Memorial Tribute. So please pay attention to that and look for the memorial remembrance in the mail at the end of the month. And now's the time to enroll in the Gary and Lynn Cantor Early Childhood Education Center preschool. So we've really had a great year of preschool. We're looking forward to doing that again for this next year. Please schedule anyone you know who wants to partake in that. And there is even an early bird special for the price of that. So please check that out. And lastly, please stop at the CNT Sisterhood Mark Fine Family Gift Shop. There's plenty of beautiful things in there. Always something in there that you just can't do without. So without further kibitzing, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. And in case you're wondering, Pam Poster, would you? Oh, sorry. Pam, would you please stand? All right, Pam Henderson. And she is our teacher during the summer. All right.
I have some of my class here.
All right. So if you're kind of new this evening, you want to introduce yourselves, now is a good chance to just stand up and say your name so we can welcome you. And come on, come on.
Shabbat Shalom.
What's your name, Corinne? Okay, welcome. Anyone else new, visiting? I can't hear you.
Susan.
Susan, welcome. All right. Anyone else? All right. Well, we might smoke some of you out, all right, if you're too bashful. So, Cantor, what do you think?
I think I want to hear somebody pray.
You do? I think
Yeah.
so too.
I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear all of you sing, so we're going to go with that one. And while we're doing that, we're going to be thinking of what we want to feel, to hear, to know, whatever it is that you're in the mood for tonight or what you need in your life. We're going to look out at you for your adjectives, your verbs. I want to hear somebody sing. I want to hear somebody sing. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody sing. We're asking you online too, so feel free to type it in the chat and I'll be taking a look. Anybody out here, what do you want tonight? You want to hear, see, feel? Anybody? Heal. I want to see somebody heal. I want to see somebody heal. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to see somebody heal. Anyone else? Just want to be here? Smile? Okay. I want to see somebody smile. I want to see somebody smile. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to see somebody smile. All right, I want to hear somebody pray one more time. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody somebody pray.
So as many of you know, I had intended to share with you thoughts about my recent trip to Israel. Writing my vignettes, it's hard to believe 2 weeks ago I was praying in Jerusalem, literally under the stars. But things changed today. Things changed today in the worst of ways. And so those reflections are going to wait because they're always going to be with me. I'll find another time to share those reflections about my time in Israel. And so tonight, Cantor and I are going to intersperse vignettes about women who have been impacted by abortion, about the hard choices that they've had to make. And the way we're going to do this is a woman by the name of Jody Ruderin is the head of the newspaper The Forward, and she wrote in October 2021, she had 9 different women share their experiences. We're not going to share all 9, but we're going to cherry pick some of them just to get us thinking about how this impacts people in ways not only imaginable, but unimaginable. It is really something that we really need to discuss. And therefore, after services, we're going to have time to go and have a light oneg in the foyer, and then we're going to make a hard right, and there's some chairs set up, and anyone who wants to stay for a discussion that the cantor and I are going to lead, we will do that immediately after services. So you're going to be tempted to rope us right after services. Can't do it. You got to be part of the discussion, okay? You can't come and say, this is what I think, goodbye, Rabbi. We need you in the discussion because I think a lot of the heaviness of the heart is there and there's a lot to discuss and it's so impactful. This is what she wrote. The stories that I published are stories of fear and pride, of pain and memory, of choices and consequences. As I wrote in my own column, 1 in 4 American women are believed to have abortions by age 45. 1 in 4. Each of us has a story. They are real, and we should not be afraid to talk about them. So let's intersperse the joy of Shabbat with the idea that Shabbat is really a holiday about finding perfection in the world in which we live. We're not there yet. We're far, far away from that. But Shabbat reminds us that there's hope, there's resiliency, there is a way forward. So I want to hear someone sing. I want to hear someone pray.
I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 So we welcome the light of Shabbat we welcome it in, and we say, we need the light of Shabbat tonight. We have someone who you might feel like's a guest, but really she's part of our home here. She just decided to move her home a little further away, but still, for the Koff family, this is home. And so we are excited to welcome Erica to the Bima to light our Shabbat candles tonight and say, hello, we've missed you, to the Koff family.
Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Ya Elai, Elai, Ya Elai, Elai, Ya Elai,
Through much of the service, we go from song to song, melody to melody. All of them are found in your siddur, so please open those up and follow along and sing along.
And we call upon the Shabbat angels to hear our prayers tonight.
Shalom Alechem, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Barchuni l'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem l'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Sylvia's story. I'm a product of the pre-women's lib generation, when it was expected of us to marry at a young age and vocational opportunities were limited. I became a bride at 20, had my first child at 21, second at 23, and third at age 30, followed by a tubal ligation.
When my youngest child began elementary school, I decided to return to school in order to fulfill my dream of obtaining a university degree in psychology. Just before my 40th birthday, I became pregnant and ultimately went into a state of depression. My obstetrician said that because my tubal ligation had failed, I would need approval from the local hospital's all-male abortion committee to allow me to abort. Tears flowed as I signed the form.
2 weeks later, after the procedure in the recovery room, I asked my physician if it was a boy or a girl, and he didn't answer.
We rise for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Now we face forward.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla. Golel or mipnei choshech. Golel or mipnei choshech. V'choshech mipnei or. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Adonai Echad. Shema Adonai Echad. Roll into dark. You can do what they do. Roll into light. Night becomes day. Day turns to night. Roll into dark. Roll into light. Night becomes day. Day turns to night. Please be seated.
At age 42, this is Ann Cohen's story. At age 42, after a miscarriage, I became pregnant with twins. One of the twins had multiple birth defects, Klinefelter and Down syndromes, shown through chorionic villus sampling, CVS. It was 1994, and only 2 hospitals in the country did selective reduction. It was scary. There was nothing to research. The internet didn't exist. I just had to trust. I made the choice.
I believe in abortion and had spent so much of my life supporting a person's right to choose. I had worked with the Cambridge Women's Law Collective on an amicus brief for Roe versus Wade as a college student applying to law schools. As a law student, helped start the Abortion Law Reporter, which grew into the NARAL Pro-Choice America. As a young Justice Department lawyer in the 1970s, refused to defend the Hyde Amendment, which bars using federal Medicaid funds for most abortions.
I totally believe in a woman's right to choose, and yet it was still a painful, awful choice to make. I write this with tears in my eyes because this is my truth. But having a choice doesn't make it easy. It just makes it a choice. A choice that is constitutionally embedded in the 14th Amendment's right to privacy, and one that must remain immutable. Amen. And that's what's been taken away.
And you shall love Adonai, with all your soul,
with all your soul,
with all your mind,
and all your might.
Teach these words,
and teach these words
day and night,
day and night,
to all your children.
It's
their right,
for it's their right.
Wear them proudly as a sign
And upon your hand,
and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates throughout all time. And you shall love, Adonai, with all your soul, and all your mind, and teach these words, day and night, to all your children, for it's their right, and wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates throughout all time.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot o sefele, no tehilot. Oh, say fele. Yalalai. We know those words. Yalalai, 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 Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
This is Lloyd Kerr's story. I am eternally grateful that I never had reason to make the difficult decision to have an abortion. But the idea was always in the back of my mind, if I ever needed one, that that choice was mine. It would be my choice, my right, my body.
After all, having been molested twice, by 2 doctors no less, I was always cognizant of reality. But what really occurred to me was the reality of some man raping some woman. She becomes pregnant, and he gets to vote against abortion. Why would men have the right to vote on this issue? Should the government be involved 100% in my body?
There are so many scenarios that could play out, but the one that absolutely cries out is a young person pregnant due to rape or incest, forced by law to carry a reminder of the nightmare for 9 months. 9 months of being the talk of the school, 9 months of discomfort, 9 months of foregoing cheerleading or soccer or whatever is her passion.
A year of a young person's life altered in the ways that men will never know. Physical changes, nausea, emotionally overwhelmed, socially isolated, and add to that possible loss of school attendance, not to be outdone by decisions about what to do with the baby. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim l'chaim Sukkot shlomecha ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha amen. When I lay my head down tonight beneath your shelter of everlasting light, God, may I wake to a world renewed. Sukkot shlomecha ufros aleinu. Sukkot shlomecha amen. I kind of sprung that on Zoe. She rose to the challenge. So, I haven't been on this bima in a few weeks. And honestly, tonight is the first time I opened my mouth to sing in a few weeks. And when we take a break from what's normal, what's typical, what's our routine, sometimes we either pick up where we left off, which I think I was able to do, but we also sometimes get a little foggy and we forget what was the routine. And also, when we go back to that routine, we realize sometimes what we take for granted in our prayers. We realize what we take for granted in the things that we are able to do. We realize those beautiful moments. And this is one of those beautiful moments where we can take a moment. We should take a moment every week when it's Shabbat, take that moment and have that conversation with our Creator, with the one that is our Maker, who is holy, and say, thank you for this week that I've had. Thank you for this life. And also, I stand here, this is what I need in this moment. Don't be afraid of it. Tell God what is on your mind. And so normally in this part of our prayer, we say, Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. And on Shabbat in the round, we add to that, we substitute that a little with Adonai, love me, this beautiful prayer by Nefesh Mountain. Adonai, and you fill in the blank, and you make it your personal prayer. Love me, protect me, guide me, heal me, whatever it is that you are sitting here tonight asking for. No apologies necessary. So we begin with Adonai, love me, and then we'll look out to you and we can say your collective prayer together. Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai. Adonai, guide me, Adonai. Guide me, Adonai. Guide me, please guide me, Adonai. All right, I'm looking out to you. I'm also going to look on our chat. Adonai, what are you asking for tonight, everyone? Hear me. Heal me, okay?
Strength.
Okay. All right, we'll start with heal me. Adonai, heal me, Adonai, heal me, Adonai, heal me, please heal me, Adonai. Hear me, and I heard give me strength. Adonai, hear and give me strength, Adonai. Hear me and give me strength, Adonai. Hear me and give me strength. Please hear me, Adonai. Do one or two more. Paul? Say it again. Peace. Give us peace. Adonai, give us peace, Adonai. Give us peace, Adonai. Give us peace, please give us peace, Adonai. And now we rise together, we turn to Aron HaKodesh, our holy ark. For our Amidah prayers, you can use the words on the page or the words within your heart. And when you have completed your personal prayers, please be seated. See what he does. Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai. At this time, we think of those who are in the bed of illness, and we are going to ask for names. If you're watching on the live stream, please submit those names in the chat at this time.
During the course of the week, members of our community submit names. Bessie, Jean-Marc Chaubert, Logan Knapp, the Knapp family, Valerie Rocher, Yirmiyahu Ben Sarah, Stephen Grau, Regina Baker, Stephen Cohn, Angela Thompson, Ira Tishk. Think of my sister Dina. And as I look out at you, if you'd like to say the name of someone special to you that you'd like to include in our prayers for hope and healing, please stand at this time. As I look your way, simply say their names.
Michael Bass, Justin Andre, Harold Austin, Robert Trott. In the words.
So we join in our Misha Berach prayer, asking God to be with all of these in their time of need. Give hope and healing to those that we love. Misha Berach.
Source of strength, Mikor Avraham, Avoteinu, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We rise now for our Aleinu. It is up to us. It's in our makeshift siddur. It is up to us to make a change in the world. We know that today, now more than ever. We begin with these words, and then we will rise for the Amidah. Or you can rise now. It's totally up to you. It's a Reform synagogue.
For the Aleinu, not Amidah.
Oh, not Amidah, Aleinu. I told you I was foggy.
Face the ark.
Rise, don't rise, Aleinu, Amidah, doesn't matter.
Face the ark, please.
Just pray. It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were free to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please be seated.
Ask for names.
And now we ask, if you are watching on the live stream, please submit your names at this time for Kaddish prayer for those who are no longer with us and are in your hearts tonight. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. It's the song of the dreamer. From the dark place it grows, like a flower in the desert, the oasis of our souls. Come back where we belong. You will hear our longing cries.
can see it from our tear-filled eyes. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
And so we say Kaddish for Richard Frank, Margaret Reedy, Rose Goldberg, and David Yapko, Brenda Tischk, June Roberg, and Sarah Poster. We recall the Yortzites of Brian Abbott, Ronald Bartow, Ronald Borokoff, Joe Chenin, Philip Cohen, Rose Gellin, Clarice Goldberg, Louise Hamitz, Lewis Harris, Mary Higgins, Daniel Hoffman, Anna Jacobs, Anita Katz, Bernice Lapata, Phyllis Mark, Marianne Milstein, Mildred Merop, Joseph Malinsky, Doreen Oderding, Minnie Poneman, Morton Rosen, Malvine Rowe, Eileen Rusky Sussler, Alan Sandell, Harvey Santer, Herman Santer, Max Schiffman, Ann Schiller, Norman Al Sonnenthal, Henrietta L. Sonnenthal, Brian Henry Tabak, Frida Betty Turk, Barnett Zalato.
Dr. Joseph Chenin, Ed Bevilacqua, Moshe Dome, Gili Chen, Kathleen Bubbles Jacobs.
Are there other names to be added to Kaddish or Yortzeit? If so, please stand and say their names, please. As we think of all these and others, we rise to recite our Kaddish prayer. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kari v'yimro amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekusha b'richu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemai v'chayim, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
Please be seated.
So, of course, we want to thank our amazing musicians. We have John Henderson, Brad Torchin, Glory Rosenberger. We have a return, she's not a special guest, just a return friend of our Sheer Heart, Zoe Koff, and our junior cantor, Maya Downs. So we want to thank everyone in the inner circle, and of course, our rabbi, too.
Too.
And I'm looking forward to summer break being over and all of our Sheer Heart and junior cantor friends being back in the circle with us.
All right, and thank you, Del, for being our shamus, and Alec on sound. Thank you so much. All right, so in a few moments, our service will conclude. If you want to help Lee, our custodian, he said stack the chairs no more than five. Then we go into the foyer for some oneg, and then down the hall is where we're going to have the discussion about Roe versus Wade being reversed. You got it? All right.
And I see a lot of new faces. Not everyone was here when we did the introduce yourself at the beginning, so we definitely want to...
Wait a minute, they're late.
What's okay. We just want to
don't
meet you
know.
after.
You think we should introduce them?
You could embarrass them and introduce them now.
Right. If you're late.
I was just
we
saying,
didn't
like, we want to
introduce
meet you
Go
after.
ahead. Come on.
You're not new, Myrene.
What? I'm going to talk about my trip to Israel another time. All right? But there's so much that was posted online about it. I feel like a lot of people kind of lived through that trip vicariously. Leslie did a great job. All right? But we had to switch gears. Sometimes the news overtakes us. All right, some new faces. Whether you came in early, late, middle, you want to introduce yourselves, go ahead, stand up. Don't be bashful. Here we go. Hey, do you want to talk about Israel? Here's someone who was on the Israel trip. Did we have a great time or what?
It exceeded my expectations.
No, there
It always
you go.
does.
Still there.
All right. There's another trip percolating that the Cantor is hoping to be a part of in June of next year. So if you've always wanted to go to Israel, she's starting a list of prospective travelers next year. All right. Yes.
You're good.
And wait a minute, Carmen, stand up. Did anything special happen in your life you want to share? Didn't I see something on Facebook?
Yeah, I got married.
Oh, there you go. She got married. Mazel tov. All right. I mean, I think that's something. Yeah. Congratulations. All right. Anyone else? We need some good news here.
All right, well, if we don't know who you are, then come meet us at the Oneg so we can get to know you.
All right. Share some good news. All right. Kiddush and Motzi.
All right. So if you are in religious school here at Nurse Mead, come help us with the Kiddush. You're not exempt. And Isaiah, if he wants. Okay. And God blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Al kain berach Adonai et yom haShabbat vayikadshehu baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Take my knees, please. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. If you want some Hall of Fine Dell. All right, we are going to conclude our service with a song for peace, a prayer for peace, with hope and love in our hearts. Oh, say shalom. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh shalom. Hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh shalom. Hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh, hu yaaseh shalom aleinu. That was weak. 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for helping stack the chairs. In about 10 minutes, we'll make our way down the hall if you would like to be part of the discussion. Thanks for collecting the prayer books.